Hi, I'm Anita, your host of That Anita Live TV. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 5. That Anita Live TV provides edutainment to help you become emotionally whole, emotionally healed, and emotionally healthy. In this episode, I take a look at cosmetics. I interview the inventor of one of the top rated, the number one products for women of color. It's called the Corn Concealer. She's also the 2016 winner of the prestigious Women in Business Awards. She was featured in the 2016 October issue of Hype Hair and Beauty magazine. 2011 and 2014, nominated as one of the 50 fabulous women entrepreneurs by Black businesswomen online. She's a doll. She's a sweetheart. She's a friend of mine. Her name is June Smith. June is always available and always giving the greatest advice and information about how to apply cosmetics correctly. We all know that when we look good, we feel good. And women have been using makeup since the beginning of time, to help themselves feel better, to help themselves look better, to enhance their beauty. Listen to what June had to say. Marie, how are you? Thank you very much for joining me today to do this interview and discuss the legendary, heavily sought after TAJJ Cosmetics. Now, you're located in Canada, but you ship worldwide, right?
Yes, we do.
Now, give me just a little brief on TAJJ Cosmetics.
Well, I started TAJJ Cosmetics 8 years ago, just by a need. I needed something. I had corn on my toes, and I was ashamed to expose my toes because of the discoloration on there. And I have used, like all the other women, I've used even shoe polish, brown shoe polish. And as a matter of fact, they said shoe polish actually, kind of help your corns go down a little bit. But I've used that. I've used eyeshadows. I've used, everything. And it would just conceal it just for a few minutes, and then it's off again. And then it really gave birth in 2009 when I contacted a manufacturer and I said I needed something that was waterproof, lasts up to 24 hours, and matches my skin tone, and matches actually Black woman's skin tone, because we're the one with that discoloration. And so tested a while, went back, tested, trials, tribulations, and I'm like, this is what I want, da 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 da. And as a matter of fact, the first time when, so I would go back every Friday, I would be in the lab with them. And when they finally made the proof for me, that was all I needed. I tested it, and that was it.
Focused and intentional.
Yes, I wore that corn concealer until I was able to get the full, packaging and get the product made and all of those things. And so that's how I started. And then when I made the corn concealer, I went to a beauty show. Not a beauty show, a bridal show. And I decided that's a perfect place to go, because you have, these bridesmaid, maid of honor, they want to wear the little open toe shoes too. And I decided, let me go and kind of piggyback on my sister-in-law booth and, introduce it to people. And they were asking me if they could use it on their face. But I knew when I did the corn concealer that I wouldn't stop there, because I also knew that I had a problem with finding products to match my natural skin tone, actually my face also. So when, people keep asking me if they could use it on their face, the corn concealer, and I must say that the corn concealer, you can't use the corn concealer on your face because the ingredients in it, I mean, if something is it is made to last for 24 hours, you should not be using it on your face anyways, because your face is the thinnest part of your body, and the ingredients in the concealer should not be used on your face. And so what I did was went back again to my manufacturer, and we went over again to talk about making foundations, lipsticks that we needed deeply pigmented, and all of those things for a woman of color. And tested that for a while. And when I got my first batch, it wasn't what I wanted. It it, too much white in it. It didn't match my skin tone. And so I went back and, I had to pay more money, much more money to get our foundation made so that it matches our skin tones. And 2011, that's when I launched our complete line of makeup for women of color for TAJJ Cosmetics.
Wow. How did you find your manufacturer?
Oh, that's a tricky one because what happened is I knew nothing about manufacturing or anything like that and how I would, get it done. So when I first thought of the corn concealer and figure, okay, I don't know how, I'm not a chemist, so I don't know how to make this in my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So I went online and I started looking into cosmetic, and I saw this information came up and said if you ever thought of owning your own cosmetic line, you could, click this link. And when I clicked it, it says to purchase, and I think it was like $100 and something that I had to purchase a catalog of manufacturers. And so I went in and I purchased it and I printed it. And I saw all these cosmetic companies, all of them listed. And I said, okay, let me call the Canadian one. So I called one here. And the first one that I called, they said to me, they don't make products like that. They don't make individual, like for one individual like that. What they do is they make their private labels. And I'm like, private label? And I don't know what that is. So I said, okay, I can give you the name of a manufacturer that you can actually go in and tell them what is it that you wanted. And so I had all my, legal documents and stuff, my non-disclosure, because obviously I have a product that is not out there.
Right.
And so I contacted this company and I told them, and they're like, okay, set up a meeting. And they set up a meeting for me. I went in and it was strange because I was in a building where these people were making products for, top brands. And I sat around this board table with all their, managers and stuff. And I told them that I needed a product. I have a product that I needed to get made, and but not before they signed my document because it's not out there. And so we went back and forth, and they were like, "Okay, so we make product, as you can see, and if we tell you how we make it, you could always go to somebody." So I said, "No. As a matter of fact, I work in the banking industry. I'm a banker. I'm an administrator. I know nothing about cosmetic. I just know I love fashion and beauty, but I don't know how to produce products and stuff." And so we went back and forth, and I guess they figured, okay, let's see what is it that she have. And they finally decided to sign the paper, and I told him what I wanted. And I remember the gentleman looking at me and says, "I've been making products for 45 years, and I've never heard of this." And so we decided, and we talked, and I told him what I wanted. And they said, they said, we don't really develop product. We don't do in-depth search or, for women of color. We make products. But he was honest with me. And so they trusted me. And so I went on with them, and they worked with me, very good people. And they work with me, and I, tell them what I want. I would test, and I would say, okay, no, this is not what it is. This is not what it is. I would have my cousins and my sisters and close relatives that would come to my house, and I have like a beauty show and test it with them. And so that's how I found them.
So that was almost a divine connection that
Yes.
you just one saw the link and then two decided to click on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. And the funny thing is, when I went to my manufacturer and I told, and they said, "How did you find us?" Because they're not people out there that are listed, to say, okay, we're here and we make for these people. And I told them, and they said, "Oh, okay. Yes, this person used to work for us," and they actually and went and decided, you know what, why don't we just make. So that's why a lot of people in cosmetics, if you look at my website, you'll see me with 7 lipsticks, and that's because I'm making my stuff specific. I'm making my stuff from scratch. When you look at an individual that says, okay, I'm into the cosmetic industry, and they have like 100 lipstick shades, those are private labels. Unless you are MAC, Estee Lauder, CoverGirl, Black Opal, and all those names,
right?
It's because I can tell you it's not cheap. I had to go every RRSP, ESP, GST, everything that you can think of, and invested it in my business because I believed in it. So
now,
that's
the product that you're referring to, your signature product, is a cover for corns on the toes.
Yes.
and it covers the corn so that the toe is the natural shade of the woman of color.
Exactly. No one know you have corn but you. Only you. Once you put that corn concealer on, it blends in. Because what happened is that when you get a corn, it's like your finger. If you put your finger up, you'll see in shade, the shade here is lighter than your actual shade. So what it is, you blend it in. So when you blend it in, your finger here should look exactly like this. So that's what your toes look like, a lighter shade, and it's different from the rest of your toes. So you want to blend it in. So that's when it's blending. So you put that on and you can get in the water, and you don't have to worry about it coming off, when you get sweaty or whatever in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Even a couple of days you can still have little residue on your
That is
toes.
an amazingly original idea. Because when we first met and you kept saying corn concealer, I kept thinking eyes or face, something for a scar. Then as the conversation went on and somebody mentioned toes, I was like, toes? What do you mean
Mhm.
toes?
Yes.
It what is the reaction that you get? Is it similar to mine, or are people just amazed
Anita,
that
it's
they finally
crazy.
found something? Or
It's crazy. It is one of the most unique product, but it is also one of the products that get people so embarrassed. I was at the beauty show in New Jersey, and we had our flyers, and every single person that got it did a double take cover for the corn. But women, they don't like to show their toes. They don't like to show their feet. And so, I mean, some of them have the corns, they probably have a sneakers on, and then to show me their feet and for me to match it up, it's hard for them to do because of pride, right? So that reaction is like, yeah, people are very, shocked, because when you say corn concealer, some people think you mean because it's cosmetic that there's corn,
in
ingredients
it.
in the
Right.
product. So
Wow.
yeah, so I know.
It's just it's just amazing to me that this product even exists. Even though there are millions of women across the world that can
Hmm.
use it. When you first rolled it out, what was the response like?
It was unbelievable. I can tell you that almost every day I get an email from women telling me about how they felt with having corn on their toes. One of the most the one that really touched me was, I was home one day and I got a call from this lady, and she was in Macy's with her 16-year-old daughter who was about to graduate, and she wanted to wear these shoes, but the corn on her toes. And so she went to the Macy's counter to see if she could find something to cover it, because they have an operation that was scheduled 2 months later to remove the bones from her small toe. And I was like, what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad, because you're going to take the bone out of your toes now. That can do something damage more. The bone is in your small toe, your little toe, for a reason. So she said the lady at Macy's told her about TAJJ, which I was very excited about.
Yes.
And I told her that no, this product is the one thing you have to do is to make sure that you do your pedicure, get your corns down, shave your corn down, and it's easy to do. Once a week you use your pumice stone, and you just get your soapy water, and do a scrub, and just bring it down, and then you're going anywhere. You just put the corn concealer on, and you're good. And so when she found that out, she was very excited, and she's still my customer 5 years later.
Right, because your product is original. It's a one of a kind. So
Yes,
and we are very brand loyal. We find something that works.
hmm.
We use it, the next generation uses
Right,
it, and the next generation uses it.
right. And it's always going to be there, because you have the younger ladies, especially around prom time. You see them in these heels, and no matter how you try to tell them, because you've been through it, that you get corns from that. And I want to specify that it's not heels, and it's not necessarily tight fitting shoes or heels that cause corns. Corn can be caused by the type of material from the shoe. It can be caused by the sweatiness of your feet in the shoe that cause a blister. So there's a lot of things can cause corn. You can put a shoe on and the lace, get stuck up at the top, and we have very delicate skin because black people's skin is very, very delicate. So, we have the keloid skin. We get a blister, we have a scar, so we have that delicate skin, and then because of the feet, because we're constantly on it, it's constantly in the shoe. It's not the part of our body that is not covered. So it's in your shoe, especially in the winter time. Living in North America, you will get the corn if you're not wearing shoes that are comfortable, the materials that are comfortable to give your feet that extra support, so that you don't get blister or so that you get corns.
Now, I know that you are very passionate about skincare because anytime somebody posts something crazy to Facebook about what they are putting on their face or doing to their skin, you go off, girlfriend.
Yes.
I mean, that Facebook post response that you give is at least a page, single space. You go off. What is your biggest pet peeve about women of color and their skincare?
My biggest pet peeve, number one, you'll see it. I hate when women wear black pencil on their brows. That to me is a no-no. I don't know who invented it. I don't know where women get this drawing of the eyebrows. Just like your eyebrows are perfect. It's just the way God make you. And I think that's what women should strive for, is to be as natural. Just use makeup just to enhance. A little lipstick, get your brush and brush in your brow with a little brown pencil or brown gel or brown powder or something, and enhance that look. I understand the younger people who are putting on all these stuff. I mean, I had a young lady came here the other day. She wanted me to show her how to put on her makeup. And she asked me if I had primer. I go, we're not getting ready to paint a wall. We're not doing any painting here. We're doing an enhancement. You don't need no primer. And I get really frustrated with women doing that. And the thing about it, Anita, is if you see these women, if you watch these YouTube video and you see when they remove the everything from their face and you look at their skin, it is so damaged. And I try to say to women, take care of what you have first. So stop putting on all these things that are just going to build up and build up and build up, because once you start clogging those pores and you clog them, just like anything else, it's gonna pop. You're gonna start having, discoloration and everything all over your face. And so I try to tell people, I'm not selling any primer. I'm into the cosmetic business. You're not getting primer from me. You can go somewhere else. Because I'm very specific. I want people to know that I take care of what you have first.
What made you, did you always have the idea to start a cosmetic line of products? Or once the corn concealer blew up and was so successful, then you thought, okay, what product could be next?
You know what I think, and this is what I honestly believe. I honestly believe that what it is that you're supposed to do has been in you from you were a child. Growing up, my mom is downstairs. If she ever hear this, she'll probably come in and not know that's the interview we were doing. But growing up, I was always the one doing people's hair, doing their makeup. I would look at my little friend across the street and say, come and let me comb your hair, or let me do this and let me do that. And my mom would have her little powder, because back in those days people didn't have no different shade of foundation. Right. My mom would use her powder, the white powder with her puff it over her face. And I would do that. I would get into makeup, and I would get into her clothing. I would stuff my clothing with her, put her bra on and stuff it up and walk the runway. So I know that I loved beauty. I did hair in Jamaica. My hair now, I did it myself. I don't allow anybody to go in my hair. And so I've always done hair. I did it when I left school. It was a part of income for me. I was just in everybody hair. I do 5-6 hair for the day. And again, with makeup, if anybody was going anywhere, I would be the one that did their makeup. So it's something that has always been in me. So I think that the corn concealer is a way to say, this is how you get in. And so when I did the corn concealer, of course I know that that was not going to be the only product that was going to take me to the next level, because I knew that for me, I could not find my right shade. If I have a bag in my closet right now with all the different lipstick and powders and foundation that I purchased over the years that I never wore because it they didn't match my skin tone. So once I did the corn concealer, I knew then that I would go fully into providing products for women of color.
Wow. And your first lipstick color was
Well, I did five. I did
okay.
five at the time, the baby, which is our big seller. And now I just came out with two, which is our toxic and our pink satin. And we're in the process now of making another one, another two, which is our Pia and our Poos, because I want Black women to know that, you know what, we have been safe for so long. And a lot of time I say to them, why don't you wear this lipstick? Or when I say, what color would you like to put on? They ask me if I have, like a brown or a nude color. And I said, no, we have that deep melanin skin that can push those colors out, and we look absolutely amazing in them. So I'm trying to make Black women be aware that we are beautiful and we can wear those bright colors. We can wear those bright pink and bright orange and bright even yellow and blue lipstick because we're absolutely beautiful.
Because the pictures that you post are always of bold, bright, bodacious colors.
Yes. And aren't they beautiful?
Yes, yes. But it takes a certain kind of woman to
Hmm.
pull off those colors, because you can't wear those colors and then be shy and timid.
But I want you to know that you are that woman. You are that woman, not that certain type of woman, but you are that woman. I wish I had taken pictures of the two ladies that I did last week when they were doing it on their cell phone. I asked them to send it to me, but they didn't. They didn't want any of the bold colors, and they left here and they purchased bold colors. As a matter of fact, they purchased the two colors that I came up with, which is the orange and the pink satin, the toxic and the pink satin, because they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I look good in this. And you have to try it. You have to get into it. I mean, yeah, we do have other colors that we're gonna come up with. Like for the fall, yes, we're gonna get into the nudes and get into that. But like I said, it's a lot of money, and I have to make in the thousands for one product. So, but yeah, I want Black women to be aware and to wear those bold colors.
Now, your
And
business is a family business.
well, my son is my marketing. He's my graphic designer, and my boys are really really into it. So both of them did graphic design and marketing in college. So yeah.
And then I saw your husband on the street
Oh
looking at the
yeah.
fox.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He is phenomenal. Like he gets in it. He's very supportive. Even for the states to go to the event in New Jersey, because I live in Canada, and he literally sat down and map out events that I can go to let people be aware of it. Because he's like, you have amazing products for Black women, and so yeah, he's 100% behind me, so supportive.
So, what do you have coming up in the States? Where will you be at beauty shows or showcasing your products?
We're trying to go to all of them. We're gonna right now. I just made some, you know, I haven't signed the agreement yet, but next year, this awards that they're having in Atlanta, TAJJ Cosmetics is actually going to be the one that's going to be doing the makeup there. I'm excited
Really?
about that. Yeah. We're supposed to be going to Bronner Brothers. I am still on the fence about that because we still have a lot of things that we need to get done, and we don't just want to just go just to go like that. So we're still kind of, but everything else coming up. Beauty show coming up in February, beauty show coming up in Atlanta again. So we're trying to get into the US because I find the Black women in the US get it. They get it. I don't know about the Black women here. Unfortunately, that's where it is. And that's where my hubby lives. He lives in Atlanta. So sooner or later, that's where I'll be going.
Hot Atlanta. Everybody loves Atlanta. Now,
Yeah, that's where he lives.
the award show that you mentioned. Can you mention the name of it right now or not yet?
Bro, no, I can't mention it yet because I haven't signed anything yet.
Okay, okay.
But in a couple of weeks, yes, I probably can because there's still some things that we need to to start out. But it's amazing. I'm excited about that.
Okay, so we have the corn concealer, the lipsticks. Did the foundation come before the lipstick or after?
No, no, we did those foundation and lipsticks
Oh.
and eyeshadows and blush and eye mascaras and eyeliners. We have all of those.
So you have a full line of
Yes, we have
products
a full line.
already. And say those products again.
We have our mascara, which
Uh-huh.
is our intense mascara,
And now
with
is that a black or a brown?
black, black.
Okay. And
So
then
we have our mascara, we have our eyeliners, we have our blush, we have blushes,
now
we have
are the blushes the boldacious colors?
no, those are not bold. Those are just to give us just a nice little rosy look, just a little enhancer for us. No, I won't go bold
Because
with
you
our.
know, in those little 5 minute classes in a lot of the malls,
Mhm.
they will tell you that your lipstick and your blush need to be of the same color or of the same shade family. Now, how do you feel about that?
No, no, I don't feel about that way for black women. No, because you can have an orange lipstick on. You're not going to be wearing an orange blush. So you can have your orange lipstick on, but you just use your blush. Your blush is just what it is. It's like walking outside in the sun or in the cold, or your cheeks get a little rosy. It's you want to go as natural as ever. That's how you want to stay in your natural look, because you don't want to. I tell people, especially young people, you want to look the same way when you take your makeup off. You don't want to be like, oh, okay, sorry, didn't know it was you. You want to be as natural. So, no, I wouldn't say your blush and your lipstick should be the same. No, no, I wouldn't say that, because we have our beautiful pink satin now, which is amazing. I'm in love with that lipstick more than any other lipsticks. And I would not put that blush on a black woman. No, I would enhance her cheek with one of our posh, because we have two, which is a posh and the crush, which goes absolutely beautiful with any color eyeshadow, lipstick, anything that you have on. It will go perfect with it.
Let me ask you this, because even within the women of color community,
Hmm.
we are 100 different shades, and we are told from a little girl that there are certain shades that we can't wear because we're either too dark or too light.
I would tell any, get to know what your undertone is. And if you know what your undertone is, you can wear whatever shade or color it is that your undertone tell you that it is. So if you're of a blue undertone, you stick to the cooler colors. The cooler colors can be in the blues, the green, um, light pink. When we say green, if you check the greatest way to check it is your veins. And no matter how dark you are, funny enough, you can still see those veins.
Yes.
But you check your veins, and if it's blue, then you know what the shade that looks good on you. And if you check it and it's green, then you'll tell that your bright colors. You can wear the bright pink, the bright orange, the bright purple. We look absolutely, no matter what shade you are, as a black woman, you look absolutely great in purple, no matter what shade. So I think once you know what your undertone is, that's it. Take it to the bank.
We're also told that if you're younger, then you shouldn't wear the darker shades. And if you're older, then you should try and wear lighter shades because it'll help you look youthful or younger.
No, I'm not into that. That was something that was told when people were not aware of who they are and aware of what the beauty industry. No. If you're younger, I would say between 18 to 25, 30 years old, you can wear the same makeup as someone up to 85. It doesn't matter what it is. Some people really like heavy makeup, like a lot of makeup. Some people don't like a lot of makeup. But like I said, once you know what your undertone is, you can take that to the bank. You can go to the counter at any beauty counter and say, this is my undertone. This is what the colors that look good on me. And you can tell them to go lighter, or you can tell them, do I need a heavy blue over my eyelids, or do I want a lighter shade blue? Do I want my eyes to pop a lot? Do I want, deep dark under my eyes? So no, I think some of those things are, maybe 20 years ago, but the industry has changed so much. And if you go on YouTube, you'll see it. People are rocking those colors. They're rocking their makeup, and it doesn't matter what age they are.
Let me ask you this, back to the entrepreneurial side of the
Hmm.
business. I noticed, just through the years, that a lot of African American or people of color,
Hmm.
when they get businesses and their business starts to boom, they get made an offer. And then that business becomes another mainstream company and it loses its appeal to people of color because, of course, the intention and the focus isn't there towards us anymore. If somebody
Interesting.
if somebody came along and said $500 million today for TAJJ Cosmetics.
No, no. We're gonna Taj is gonna stay true to who we are. When I first started, when I did did our complete line of makeup, I've had people say to me, "Are you only selling for women of color?" If you want to buy our lipstick, you can buy it. If you want to buy our blush, you can buy it, or eyeshadows, or mascara, or eyeliner, you can buy it. But we're not going to cross over the line because our products are specifically that what we say in our thing, in our motto is we don't mix, we match. And the slogan is specifically designed for women of color. You can walk into the dollar store and find a foundation for a Caucasian woman. We can't do that. And still they're making products and they're saying it's for us, but then we're still blending and mixing and matching.
Yes.
So I want my Taj is for my first, it's all my kids' initial. So T is for my son Tyler, A is for Andre, J is for Javar, and the J is for me, for June. So it's TAJJ. And I did that specifically because I want it to be a family run business. I want it to mean something. So, yes, money is great, but I think when you start a foundation and you build on integrity and what is it that you stand for, you should continue to grow on that because you have other people that are coming up that wants that. You have generation that are coming up, young black girls who want to know that they can walk into a store and still be able to buy cosmetic for women of color. And I want Tash Cosmetic to be that company. And that's why I says we want to be the change, revolutionize the face of the beauty industry, providing shades for our shades. And that's what it is. So we're from behind coming up, and we're not in line with anybody. We're not in competition with any other cosmetic company. We just want to build on who we are and provide that product specifically for women of color. I just saw this when I came up, since I'm talking to you, where Tanya received our lipstick, and she's absolutely excited about getting her lipstick. So that is it that we want. We want deep, richly pigmented products for us.
So
You know,
what's
'cause
go ahead.
you can go into a store and buy a pink lipstick, but when you come out and you put it on, it's not the shade that you actually see in the casing. We want when you see that pink lipstick and you put it on, that's what you're getting.
Because I know with a lot of my friends, they'll go into a store and buy a certain shade, but then when I see them wear that shade, if it's a red tone, it turns into
Light pink. I know it. I know it.
and I've seen them try a dozen different techniques. Some of them say you have to put on powder foundation and the lipstick will keep its color. Others of them, I'm even
Why should you
seeing,
have to do that?
say it again.
Why should you have to do that?
I've seen one young lady, the white glue that we use in school, the Elmer's glue,
Mm-hmm.
and put the Elmer's glue so that it dries, and then put the lipstick on top of the Elmer's glue to try and get the lipstick to keep its color.
Yes. God help us. I know. I've seen it. I don't watch the YouTube's video every now and again. Somebody will send me something and say, look at the video. I don't watch them because it really annoys me. But
Yes.
that's
No,
what I'm talking
I
about.
know.
That's what that's what I'm talking about with our lipsticks. Yes, even when I went to the beauty show, I had a woman try it on her lipstick and she said it was too bright. And that's because it's not for you, you know. But and then you have some that will buy it because, they like it. But we have to go so much everything that we do, Anita, that we have to do a little bit more. So if we're gonna be wearing a lipstick, or I'm gonna be providing a lipstick for women of color, I have to make that deeply pigmented for us. Right now, those lipstick that I just got last week. You know how long I've had them in manufacturer now? I gave them the formula. What is it that I wanted since February? I just got it.
Oh, really?
Just got it. Yeah, because it's not. I'm not gonna approve it or get it until it's specifically to what I want. You
So
know.
there's a lot of back and forth, and where they make an attempt, and you try
Back and
it,
forth,
they make
yes,
an
back and
attempt.
forth. And when you saw me, when I posted those pictures of the two young ladies that showed it, and they actually were the testers, and I actually had to leave one of the testers with the lady because she wouldn't give it back to me because she wore another brand, and that she paid $35 for. And when she saw it, she says, "Wow, it looks like my lipstick." And then when she tried it on, she says, "But oh my God, it's not dry. It's not drying out my lips." And I'm like, "No, it doesn't." And that's the one thing that you can see everybody that posted about our lipstick is that it's not drying. It's moist. It's very moist and it's creamy and it stays on your lips. You don't have to go through the putting on glue or baby powder or foundation. That's wasting your foundation. That's for your face.
Everybody that posts about it absolutely loves it.
Yes, every single person I put. I was so excited when I saw Rhonda. I saw her Instagram picture and I'm looking at her. I'm like, is she wearing her lipstick? And then when she said it's the bomb, it's the best lipstick, I'm like, oh my God. And then she says, continue to provide products for us. And that gave me, I went to bed feeling so good last night because that's what I want to hear.
Hmm.
And that's what I said to people. I want to hear it because it makes me more, it give me that drive to provide more
Right.
because I know I have a vision in mind. I know is exactly where I want to see TAJJ Cosmetics. It's not there yet, but it's getting there.
Okay, so what is next in that vision? What's next in that vision to play out for Taj Cosmetics?
Oh my God, we have there. The thing about being in the beauty industry, there's so many things that you can do. There's so many areas that you can spread your wings and get out into. There's so many things, Anita. We want to get in line. We want to get into our bags. We want to get into design, or having our own Taj line in everything, in bags, in glasses, in the whole fashion. We want to dominate that fashion industry. That's
Wow.
Yes, that's what I want to do with Taj. But aside from that, I'm also teaching women how to take care of their feet because I think a lot of women are into their hair, their face, and their nails, but they don't pay attention to their feet. And a lot of times I see their feet and it's all scruffy. It's not done. They put a tip on the toenails, but the feet is not taken care of. So we want to. My hubby and I have been talking about doing a complete line of the feet products. So we'll have the corn concealer, and then we'll have like teaching you, like lotions and how to soften those calluses and how to do your feet. And probably one day open a Taj spa all over the world.
Wow.
Hmm. So
Dream big
so there's a lot of things. There's a lot of
and
things.
make
But
it happen. Because at one point, I'm sure the corn concealer was a dream big.
yes.
And now that's crossed off the list. It's done. So
Hmm.
now Taj spas all over the world.
Yes. I want to see a Taj foot spa all over the world. Yeah.
So someone wants to view, order, review your product line. Where would they go to find Taj Cosmetics? How would they get
We're
in touch with Taj Cosmetics?
we're online at tajcosmetics.com.
Okay.
TAJJ Cosmetics with an S.com.
Okay, and then you're also on all of the social media platforms.
All of, yes, TAJJ Cosmetics. Yeah.
And everybody does love them. Everybody that posts absolutely loves those lipstick glides.
Yes, yes, they do. Yes.
That is the makeup maven herself, Miss June Marie Smith. Honey, I love me some June. Any questions about cosmetology? Any questions about makeup? Have you ever tried TAJJ Cosmetics? Leave all of your feedback in the comment section below. June and I would love to hear from you. And consider joining my email list to get a heads up on what episodes are next. You may get to vote on who gets interviewed next. Or you may win the next t-shirt over at thatanitalive.com.
Here. Now I'm here. Represent.